Hey everyone, this is Patrick Gerber. I'm a member of the Oversight Committee here at Radial and Beacon. Really excited to come to you today to share an announcement about the new season that our churches are going to be getting into and some of the transitions and changes happening with our pastoral team. So I want to start off with Jamie. So Jamie, you are stepping back from pastoral ministry to pursue a really, really cool opportunity here in Canton. And it's really awesome that you're going from just 5 hours a week with us to this great new big opportunity. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I am now heading up BU Canton, which is Bethel University out of Mishawaka, Indiana. They're doing an extension site here in Canton in partnership with the Lighthouse Ministries, which many people know of. They've been around for over 20 years and done amazing things on the southeast side of Canton. And now we have a college there that I am in charge of starting up. So everything from recruiting and marketing and helping students, guidance, basically getting into school. So with that, on top of teaching still at Ashland as well, I've decided to step back from formal pastoral ministry on paper. I'm still around. I'm still involved in both churches, both Radial and Beacon, and still a part of them. So I'm still around, not leaving the communities. But yeah, I won't be officially on paper as a formal pastor, but I'm still around.
Yeah, and I just want to say you before were only at 5 hours a week, and what you could do with 5 hours was incredible. So we will miss that 5 hours, and thank you for everything you did during that season as one of our pastors, and always since you've been around Radial and Beacon of what you've done as a community member and leader for us, and we look forward to having you as a leader and a community member still. So
yeah,
that's really exciting.
Thanks.
So with Jamie's transition, Dustin, you're also transitioning to a new bivocational role with Radial and Beacon. And I'm really excited for this. You found something that's really healthy and you're passionate about in fishing that's really fulfilling a spiritual and vocational need for you. Can you tell us a little bit about your new role as our teaching pastor and the shepherding and teaching you'll be doing, and also what went into that decision for you to go bivocational?
Yeah, the decision came out of discernment that we made in conjunction with my sabbatical check-in team. So I had an accountability discernment team that was part of our sabbatical. And really what came out of that experience was that how I was geared and even trained in my ministry training was in startup phases, right? And so that's why I had the job title of visionary pastor or apostolic pastor to start up both the church, new paradigms for ministry at Beacon, but then also the different ministries that both churches have spearheaded. Now that those are up and running, now that Radial has been planted and is established, now that the paradigm shift in ministry at Beacon is well underway and things are tracking in a great direction with both churches, it only makes sense to say, well, I need to step back and fulfill roles that I believe that God's calling me to, primarily both in teaching and then even in just shepherding. So I can now come into a space where I'm not just funneling people through the million meetings I have in a day and saying, all right, you got 45 minutes for coffee before I go to the next one. I can be Dustin. I can spend some time with folks. We can have a deeper relationship now, which I'm really, really excited about. As you said, this is going to mean that I'm going to have a significant reduction in my weekly hours because the church doesn't need to pay me for that. It's a better stewardship of our resources to do so. And as you said, I'll be moving to a bivocational role. So I will continue to guide part-time, and this summer we'll head back out to Wyoming, but I'm still going to be working remotely while I'm there. So still going to be teaching, meeting with folks over Zoom or FaceTime or any preferred digital format there is. And this is really done out of our collective discernment that Gino really is going to be our lead pastor. And so I'm excited to follow him and utilize my gifts to leverage what God is doing in him and how God is speaking vision to our churches through him.
Yeah, I'm really excited because I think you found something that's really healthy and good for you in fishing and guiding people and getting to be with people in that environment. And that's really exciting. And also, I just want to say, like, on behalf of Radio and Beacon, like, a huge thank you to you guys. You guys have been planning church for more than a decade. You've been working with Beacon and Radio for more than 5 years. And that work has not gone unnoticed. And I feel like putting us in this position to come through this pandemic, to be a healthy member of our community, this new role is going to be really exciting in this next season. So I just want to say thank you on behalf of everybody. So Gino, there's a lot of changes happening here, and it's kind of a season of change for us. So can you talk a little bit about, what's going to happen with the church in the next coming months? Dustin's transition will start here at March 1st. And so we're kind of going to this season of transition from March to April, which means a lot of changes for you, but a lot of changes for the church as well. So could you tell us a little bit about how you see that new season for the churches?
Yeah, a lot of changes. I think for me, and just kind of my makeup as a leader, as an individual, I am more managing, shepherding. I hold tension in our vision and those different types of things. And I think, honestly, this will be a time to where we kind of build off of what was already built there and just really kind of buckle down on our relationships and our community and really getting the feeling of being family again. We have ministries and things that we're doing. We don't have to necessarily add to those things, but like, how do we do those things well? How are we making sure that all of our people are in life-giving circumstances and are being cared for and are getting rest and are getting all these different types of things. So I think it's a different time, a crazy time, but we're fortunate to even just be in this time. A lot of churches didn't make it out of 2020, and we are fortunate to be. And I think that who we are from now going forward has to be different. That this new time is almost like a reset button that like God has allowed us to be more effective, to be more connected, to be the church that He designed us to be. And I really believe that all these changes are in line with God's heart to do and accomplish that.
Yeah, it's like this, this year has been a year of change, like for the world, right? And I just think it's natural that, from that comes changes in our church.
Yeah.
But like you said, like, I'm grateful that we get to be here together still in community, and work all together as a just regular church member, as a part-time pastor, as a full-time pastor of, what can we do to grow into this new season? Like, to me, this is like super exciting because we're all going to get to a healthier place, and we're going to come out of this pandemic with everybody in roles and new visions for the church together. And that is what I am most excited about. So I know if you didn't know Jamie's news about her new job, or just hearing about Dustin's transition right now to part-time bivocational, it might be confusing, right? And I'm sure people have questions. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything, Dustin and Jamie, you've done over the decades you've been church planning, over the 5 years you've been connecting Radio and Beacon. Thank you for everything you've done to build this foundation and continue with us in this next season. And Gino, I just want to say I'm so excited that you're going to get to cast new vision for us, help us through this transition, and then take us into this new season. And I just think coming out of 2020, everything is, going to be a great change. So really, really excited to see what happens, and just say thank you guys for being members of our community, and being with us today to tell everyone what's going on. But also thank you for, following up with people, which I know you're going to do, and helping us plan for this transition. We appreciate you very much. So can people reach out to you guys if they have questions?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Feel free.
Awesome.
Text, email, call, Zoom,
Yes, text,
FaceTime,
email,
whatever
call,
you
Zoom.
want.
Yeah. So, there's going to be changes coming, but those changes are good. And I think everyone's going to see a lot of fruit in this next season. So that's what I'm